On this channel, you're gonna get the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're gonna get it all. Good morning, guys. We are back at it. It is May the 24th and Monday. And we got another busy day on schedule. Got a lot of spraying we're gonna do. I've got a little bit over 500 acres left on the corn. What in the world? Anyway, got like I said, I got a little over 500 acres to spray today. Probably won't get it all sprayed because the farms that I have left are kind of scattered out. So gotta finish some, then I gotta move 30 miles here, finish these fields, and move 10 miles here. So if we get it all sprayed today, then we'll be lucky, but I don't think we will. But we're gonna give it a good shot. So got to put this up. PA and Dad will be on the new farm today. PA worked down there with the high-speed case disc, getting the land ready. I looked at it Sunday. It looks beautiful. He's doing a great job. And believe it or not, we're getting into drought conditions, but there's still moisture up under the ground up there. So so Dad is going to go up there and he's going to start planting, because if he can get it down in that moisture, then we're good to go on planting beans. So that's what they'll be doing today. Mark's going to be with me. James is going to be at Panther Creek. He's going to be finishing up discing up there, and then he's got a bed, Panther Creek. And Josh is going to be spraying where Dad has planted soybeans. So he's going to be over in the valley finishing up that. So, alright, we got a lot to do, so let's get going. Oh, and if everything works out like it's supposed to, I think possibly Tuesday, which will be on the next video after this one, we may be cutting wheat. So that's the goal, is to get through laying by this corn, and then I'm gonna get the combine down to Toggleville, and we're gonna give it a shot. So all that will probably happen, all that'll probably happen Tuesday, which will be the video after this one. So stay tuned on that, because we could be cutting wheat pretty quick. Whew, we are finally making it down here to Blackwell's Bend. The corn looks good. Most of it looked good on the last video, but particularly this side over here, where we had done a lot of that tillage work, it just didn't have a good color to it. But I put the foliar fertilizer and all that on it, and I don't know if that's working immediately, but it just it looks a lot better today, which is Monday, but it just has a good green color. Makes me feel better. But we are starting to get in a big drought, like I said. I don't know if we have a chance of rain this week, but we're getting temperatures up in the low 90s. Today it's supposed to be like 92 or whatever, and it's hot. And things are really starting to get dry, and corn's already starting to twist up, which that's normal when you're in a drought, but you don't want to see that this early. So and then the other thing is I put out some ammonia nitrate with the airplane, and that has not been reined in. So the corn is gonna start hurting for some nitrogen here pretty quick. So we desperately need a rain to get that nitrogen down in the ground so the corn can start taking it up, because it's in a very critical stage right now where the corn does not need to lack anything. And what the corn plant's doing right now is it's making its mind up how big a corn cob is going to make, about how much available nutrients are down, you know, in the ground that it's uptaking. So if you don't have enough stuff in the ground where it's taking it up, then you're not going to have a big yield. So so we really got to get a rain to get that shot of nitrogen into the ground and into the plant. And as soon as we do get a rain, then I'll come behind it with another shot of ammonium nitrate right behind it. And then it'll be one more shot of nitrogen right at tassel. But starting to get hot and dry, so pray for some rain. Blackwell's bin is done. Now we are getting on the road. I got Mark. He's coming behind me. He's gonna go ahead and go to the shop and get set up to start loading out from there. That's where I'll be filling up next. We got to go back through Selma, so hopefully the traffic will not be that bad, and hopefully everybody will cooperate, and we'll have a safe trip back to the shop. So let's get on the road. Whew, we made it with no traffic trouble. I'll rinse it off real quick while I'm by the steam cleaner. Especially my windows, that's the main thing I'm worried about. That prowl and all, it just gets everywhere. That yellow chemical, yellowish orange chemical that I'm putting out, I mean, it just gets all over it. And so I'm gonna wash my windows up, mirrors, and may hit a little bit of my booms, and then I'm gonna grab lunch, and then we're moving on to the smoke place. No, we'll do Tyler. We're gonna do Tyler first, and then we'll hit the smoke place. And I'll get out and I'll show you some of that corn up there and show you what it looks like, because I haven't shown y'all all season, so you'll get to see what it looks like. All right, let's get to washing. That stuff's on there like glue. Anyway, I got it enough where I can see out my windows and mirrors, so we'll carry on. I got Josh right here. He's filling up. He was, running over in the valley, like I said, spraying soybeans. I'm just glad to see somebody. We've been off down there at Blackwell's Bend by ourselves. We'll fix that another day. Got too much to do. Alright, so what I'll be doing now, Mark's unloaded my trailer and got all the chemical right here. So this is where I'll be filling up to finish up the valley. I get water right here and I'll have my chemical right there. So I'll pull my rogator right here and fill up, and I'll just have to come back and forth. It's not that big a deal because I'm covering 130 acres of fill up, so I won't have to come back here very much. But had to do that because Roy's getting water down there to Dad, so the planting tractors will have water down there at the new land, and Sugarberry is what we're calling it. So he's tied up. He couldn't get my water here back from Blackwell's Bend, so that's why I'm filling up right here. No big deal, we'll get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and unhook my trailer. I don't think I need it anymore because when we get through here today or in the morning with the chemical, we'll be moving on to cutting some wheat, so won't need this thing anymore. So I'm gonna unhook it and then I'm gonna grab some lunch real quick. Nutrients having a little trouble getting the Helix in time. I just can't wait anymore. I got to keep going, trying to finish. So I called Helena anyway. They had some extra Helix on hand, so got to see how much I got. I got to call and put in an order, and they'll bring it out. So that's 75 right there. 50 is right down there. So we'll just call it 60 gallons is what's in there. Now I got to figure out how many acres I got left to spray, and then I can figure out how much Helix I need. I'm gonna have to get the calculator out. Too big in numbers. Can't do it old school. Got to get the calculator. $116 gallons is what I need. Gosh, I'm gonna have to get it in 2.5 gallon jugs. Woo! That's gonna be a lot of jugs to pour in because I'm having to pour in all the other in jugs too because I can't get in the shuttles this year. So we'll get it done, but good grief, we're gonna be worn out today because it's getting hot too. Okay, we made it to the smoke place, and I'll tell you a little bit about this corn that's up here. It's local seed 1898, the whole place. And we did the Invigorate seed treatment on it from Genesis Ag. And it was planted April the 16th. And looks real dry because it is dry, and boy, it is hot today. But most of the field I've lapped it. It looks pretty uniform. A few little areas I got some questions about, but it looks good. Leaves look good and healthy. I looked at the weather at lunch, and I think we're pretty much dry the rest of this week again, but they got 30% just about every day next week, so maybe we'll get some. Here's one of the fields that we typically have the bad grasses in, and this is it right here. I may be wrong, maybe the signal, but I think it's the buffalo. But we sprayed Zidua out here at planting, and this farm right here did a fairly good job of holding back the grasses. Now up there at Tyler graveyard on the last video, I mean, it was awful, but this did pretty good right here. On the lay-by, we're using the Prowl H2O, hoping it'll do a better job of controlling that grass, because it can be a big problem, especially when the corn starts drying down. You know, before you harvest, boy, that grass is coming on, and it just thrives. We're all choked up, but I'm not gonna put any more of it in. I just want to get what I've put in there out, and I think it's just in these lines, thank goodness. So we'll just clean those lines out in the morning, and we'll put that one on the back burner. I don't know what happened though. Hadn't put any herbicides in. I put some fresh water in there, and I had it agitating, and I had my inductor, I had it agitating, I had water going around, and I poured that bag in. Probably shouldn't have poured the whole thing in at once. I should have just poured it in a little bit at a time, but it just went in there, and then just, I don't know, it just turned to concrete. So anyway, stuff like that happens, but we got a good job in the morning cleaning out. We'll get it cleaned out, and we'll get the corn laid by. But probably won't get to the wheat tomorrow. Guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Not a good ending to the day, but that's farming. On this channel, you're gonna get the good, the bad, and the ugly. You're gonna get it all. This has happened before, stuff like this. Nothing unusual, but you learn from your mistakes, and I guess I hadn't learned from my mistake. I'm gonna quit using powder stuff, because every time this happens, it's always goes back and relates to powdered minerals. So that's the lesson of the day that I learned. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.